fuck's sake, stay like... Crypto loves an enemy. And in this video, I'm going to talk to you about the most recent enemy. It's Jane Street. Stick around for the end too, because there's a few things that you're going to want to be around for, some things that I'm going to give to you, and some benefits for you. So, there's been a lot of stuff in the press lately of Jane Street. This manipulation. We've heard so much about manipulation. Well, it looks as though the conspiracy theory of being manipulated is actually a reality. And that's come through some realizations around the Jane Street, well, seems right to say the Jane Street massacre, but with Jane Street around the Terra Luna crash that was in 2022 and caused basically one of the bigger bear markets of the modern time. It's come out now that Jane Street was a big part of getting inside information around Terra Luna. It was Do Kwon's market maker, so they had information there that they basically used and profited from in a really, really big way. So, the conspiracy theorists were right. There's market manipulation, and it happened back then. But fast forward to today, and that's where the conversation becomes interesting again, because it seems to be, as this information has come out about the Luna, or the Terra Luna, UST peg that costs about $40 billion to the market, we're also now hearing that, well, the same players at Jane Street were in fact manipulating Bitcoin's price as well. Now, many of you will have been aware of the fact that, in the mornings of the US market open, we would quite often see a really big fall in Bitcoin, a sharp sell-off. And there is speculation out there that this was also caused by Jane Street. Now, a couple of things to understand with Jane Street that I think is really, really important. Number one, they've been linked to a lot of these bear markets. Think about it this way: Sam Bankman-Fried, whatever, the douchebag who's in jail, FTX. He cut his teeth at Jane Street. Ellison, what's the name? Was it whatever name was? His CEO of Alameda Research, which was the hedge fund or the quant fund that they had that was tapping into FTX client money. Well, she came from there too. In fact, there was five different FTX employees and staff members that came from Jane Street. Now, something else to note as well. Jane Street has been in big trouble recently in the Indian stock market. They were manipulating prices there and causing, well, they were just unscrupulous actors, not the sorts of people you want in markets. They were subsequently barred from trading and given a $500 million plus fine, for which they did pay. Now, one of the things with this firm is that they have this altruism, I think it's called altruism belief set, which to me sounds very cult-like. It seems very much like we can do whatever we want, provided there is a net gain for humanity. And whilst that might seem like a wonderful idea, it basically gives people, or these people, I guess it gives them the reason to do all these bad things without really thinking that they're doing anything bad. It gives them a license to go into markets, manipulate markets, do the wrong thing, hurt people. But as long as they're taking that $100 million profit and perhaps giving it to starving people in Ethiopia, maybe they'll save a bunch of lives there, and they don't need to worry about the damage that they've done to other people's lives from essentially manipulating the market to make their money. Now, they've got a history of doing this. We know it happens. They've been prosecuted for it more than once, as I said, with India. But this altruism, like I said, it's kind of like a cult where if it's a net gain for humanity, they justify their actions inside of the market. Now, it's bullshit. It's hurting you and me. It's hurting real people putting real money into real markets, and that has a knock-on effect. So it's been quite an interesting week regarding Jane Street. We have our own crypto boogeyman back once again, and to be honest with you, the market does well with boogeymen. We've always had something in our way. We've always had something to rally against. And perhaps this will be that moment in time. Now, how am I approaching the market? Because I am sitting in cash and I have been for a little while. I'm doing nothing apart from trading. And the reason being is that I want to see what happens with this. Is there going to be smoke and no fire? Or is there going to be a lot of fire that comes out as this unravels? And we saw Bitcoin have a very quick move to the upside when apparently the 10 a.m. Crash or whatever they call it, bash, whatever, was taken out. And yeah, we did see the market rally, but can it be sustained? I'm remaining patient in these times and I'm trading my plan for investing and for trading. Now, as I said at the end of this, I'm going to tell you something. I got a heap of stuff to give to you. It's going to get you started trading. And if you've been wondering about getting into trading, well, you can do it without any cost at all. All you need to do is make sure that you are on my free newsletter. So hit the link in the bio, put your email in there. You'll get your free newsletter every single week. But on top of that, we're going to be hitting your inbox with a whole bunch of action points for you to get started. And it's very, very simple. If you don't get started, well, you may as well just unsubscribe because you're never going to trade anyway. It's time to get involved. It's time to start building. And I'm going to put it down as a number of steps for you to take that won't take a great deal of time, that will get you started. So hit the link in bio, join the free newsletter, and I hope that helps explain a little bit of what's going on around Jane Street. Cheers, guys.